everyone. Welcome to the Parent Circle, where we have purposeful conversations on parenting and its influence on children's life. I'm your host, Rosbella Njeje, and I'm glad that you're here. Today, on our episode, we'll be talking about the role of religion in parenting. We are going to look at the influence it has on how we parent and the influence it has on the children's lives. We are joined today by a remarkable panel of faith and religious practitioners and leaders from diverse traditions, including Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism, as well as African traditional religion. They bring not only spiritual wisdom, but deep community experience in guiding families, shaping values, and responding to real challenges of parenting. I'd like to ask them to introduce themselves, and I'll start with you, Sonia.
Hi everyone, my name is Sonia Rajbans. I am an education consultant. I basically work with the CBC in Kenya. I'm a consultant for Hindu religious education across all the levels, including teacher diploma. But mainly what I do is I work within my communities, bridging gaps between families. So we do a lot of work on mental health in families. We talk about the religious significance of the many activities that we do within the communities. Thank you for having me here.
Welcome. Wilma?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Velma Halui. I'm a teacher as well. I teach at the Kenya High School. I majorly do Christian religious education, which also touches on African traditional education. And I'm a parent as well. I have 3 kids, and with that, I think I carry a lot of information and knowledge regarding parenting and generally African traditional religion.
Hello everyone, my name is Ahmed Idris Hamis. I'm an imam and a sheikh in a mosque, and also an Islamic teacher. I'm teaching madrasa, so I'm involved with the children a lot. And also I'm a marriage officer, licensed by the government of Kenya. I'm also a parent, like my colleague. I have 3 children, 1 daughter and 2 boys. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Selvam, Sahaya Selvam, a Catholic priest with Salesians of Don Bosco, originally from India, but for the past 33 years I've been in East Africa, Kenya and Tanzania. I have a background, also academic background in psychology, specializing in psychology of religion, and I have previous studies in philosophy of religion, so religion is one of my academic preparations. And as a priest, then I try to bring in together a scientific approach to religion and religious behavior.
Thank you so much. Now we'll begin with the foundation of parenting in faith. And I'll start with looking at, faith and spiritual tradition and how it depicts the role of a parent. And I'll begin with you, Father Sahaya. And I want to begin by reflecting on the life of Esau and his brother Jacob, and the place of Rebecca, the wife to Isaac, in the role that existed. Maybe you can, reflect to us what is it that, the Bible is trying to explain to us on the role of a parent, and if Rebecca did well, and what God really wants us to learn from the Bible.
I'm not sure what is in your mind in starting the whole Bible story with Esau and Jacob and their mother, Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if she was the ideal mother, because she sort of prompted Jacob to deceive his twin brother. And never actually, Jacob discovers Yahweh, the God of Judeo-Christian tradition, because when he is away from the mother in the wilderness, in the first night that he has outside his home. So it's interesting. Whereas in the patriarchal tradition of the Torah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The three patriarchs play a very important role in the parenting role as parental figures of passing on their faith, the faith of the faith in God, to the extent that when God encounters Moses centuries later, God has to introduce himself to Moses as a God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So what I think we can pick up from that Mosaic tradition is that there is a parental role in passing on faith. And faith is tied up to discipline, regulation of life, and eventually an interaction with the world.
I agree. When I was reading the story, I was looking at God showing us, what bad parenting can do, especially in the division that it creates between the two brothers.
Yeah.
And but we also see the steps that are taken in their lives to reconcile them later on in the book. So
Yeah.
specifically, what does God want, according to Christianity, what does God want a parent to do in a child's life, apart from, handing over religion?
Okay, speaking from a Catholic perspective, we speak of three ends of marriage, three goals of marriage. When a man and a woman come together, yes, they experience love, bonding, companionship. So that is the first goal of marriage. Second goal of marriage is the legitimacy of sexual pleasure within that marriage. Third is now procreation, giving birth,
Yeah.
passing on biological life. So, but it is not just giving biological life to the next generation, but it is bringing up this generation, the children, in faith and in morals. So parents become the first teachers of God, about morals. What does it mean to be human? So the family becomes a school in that context.
True. Okay. Is that the same in Islam?
In Islam, we can add because Abraham is our father of faith also. And if we read the history of Abraham, he was with his father, and he has a child called Ismail. When we read the history of Abraham, we'll see when he needed a child, he prayed to Almighty. We call him Allah. He prayed. So to give him a polite child. So in the Quran, it has been there, and he prayed, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our creator, gave him a child because of his prayer. That means the faith is very important when someone is asking for a child. Because in Islam, before you get married, we are asked to choose to our children a good mother before you are married, so that when you are getting married, you will be raising your child with a good mother. So the aspect of faith is very important in the upbringing of the child before birth, before marriage. So after marriage, we see in Islam, after the child have been birthed, so we made a prayer. Muslim, we have that a call of prayer that we say in the morning, in the noon, in the afternoon, and at night. That call after giving birth to a child, the first thing to be done is to give that call in the right ear and in the left ear, so that the first thing the child hear is the name of Almighty. Yeah.
Okay, maybe now that he has, brought up the importance of a mother, especially in choosing a spouse, as it influences the life of a child later on, is there anything specific that Hinduism says about the role of a mother or a father in a child's life?
So allow me to first of all demystify Hinduism.
All right.
It's always seen as a collective culture. It's not a religion. It's a way of life. It is heritage that has come from generations with moral values with religious values and spiritual values. So it basically, in the Kenyan context, if I would put it, is talks of the four faiths, which is a Sanatan or Vedic faith. We have Jainism, we have Buddhism, and Sikhism. So the beauty of it all is that we all share the same value system. So when it comes to parenting, Sanskrit in Vedas says Matru Deva Bhava, but Pitru Devo Bhava. Matru is the mother. She is the form of God. She's divine. And the father too is divine. So if those two are divine, they bring forth another divine being. So when it comes to the heritage or the cultural aspect where the religion is also coming in, there's a lot of importance given to them. Like one example I would quote from Gurbani, which is from the Sikh faith. It says, Pavan Guru Pani Pita Mata Tart Mahat Divs Raat Doidai Daya Khele Sagal Jagat. The air, which is Pavan, is the teacher. It brings us wisdom. And also according to the culture, the parents are the first teachers of the child. So you first have to be a teacher yourself, right? You have to have the right value system. Then it says, Ani, water, the father, the provider, the sustainer. Everything that goes into flow, it is his job to sustain the family, to provide and make sure that forthcoming generations also have, the sustainability. The mother is the greatest of all because she's earth. She represents earth. And in her lap, the whole world, the whole family plays because day and night are her nurses. So the beauty of that is it's telling us when ups and downs in life comes, it's the mom who knows how to bring everyone together. So she holds a lot of power in her being. So when we talk about the lap is seen the feminine energy, which is the mother. When she is in her element, everyone around her is in their element as well. So there's a lot of importance given to the mother in our cultural and religious perspectives as well.
So I can add on that. In Islam, we have a high level for the mother. Our beloved prophet was asked about the mother, and he said he have 3 times than a father, because the importance of the mother. In there, our beloved prophet say, one of his companion asked him about the level and the highness of mother. He say 3 times, your mother, your mother, your mother. And then the 4th time say the father. So we know the importance of mother in our religion is very important, emphasized. As we all have been raised with the mothers. So when mother is there in the house, you feel comfort, you feel peace, and you feel ease in your house, in the house. But when the mother is not there, you feel something. You are missing something.
You're missing something.
Yeah.
The home is
Brilliant.
not complete.
Okay. Now, Velma, now that we are emphasizing the mother, is there anything specific that ATR says about the role of the father? And how important is he?
Okay, thank you for that question as well. I think the African traditional setting also picks a lot from the 3 religions that are represented here. And fathers also do play a very vital role in the African traditional societies or communities. And we know that they are the heads in most families, whether it is in an African setting. Fathers are usually the heads of the house. They are the key players or the role players when it comes to decision making. And just as she has said, also they stand to provide for the family. In most families, of course, the father is meant to provide. We look at him as the provider, as the protector of the family. When he is there, of course, we know the children are well taken care of. And most importantly, for the boy child, to be very specific, there's something, even if a family is not together in terms of maybe the mother and the father separated, there's something that the male kids learn a lot from their dad, so they have to be there. Whether there's something that happened between the couple, they have to have that father figure representation in the family for them to grow as a wholesome figure. So as much as, of course, mothers are quite important in our families, but fathers also play a very key role in cementing the whole family growth and also bringing up the children in the rightful way.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I like it that all of us agree that the father is a very important person, as much as we are emphasizing the mother, but the father is also a very important person. Now, leads me to the next question, and I'm directing it to you, Sheikh.
Yeah, okay.
Islam, cements marriage in a way that is very interesting. I was having a conversation with my colleague Omar, and he says when divorce is approaching, there are various rituals that are placed so that it becomes very difficult for you to divorce at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It is meant to ensure that the marriage stays together.
Yeah.
Now, we have mentioned the role of the mother. And also emphasize that the father is important. Do we have single mothers from the Islam faith? And what is the role of the father in a child's life when a parent has separated
Okay.
from the other?
In Islam, we do not have a single mother in that perspective, because in Islam we believe the two people, they have to come together in a binding way by marrying together. But in Islam, for instance, the single mother came to become like what we say, divorce, if they divorce. Not because in Islam we're not allowed to commit adultery or fornication out of the wedlock. So the single mother will come after her, what we call divorce, after divorce. And we have in Islam, we have the regulation which guide us when divorce, when two people are separating, we have a guidelines. First one, if they have a child, the father has to take the responsibility of providing for the child, upbringing of the child, regardless of separating. It's obligatory for the father to take care, the food, the shelter, anything, education. It's the responsibility of the father, regardless of separating. And the mother has the responsibility. She has the responsibility of upbringing the child. And in Islam, we give the priority to the mother when the child is still young, because the child, if he's still young, he needs or she needs the care of mother. So in Islam, it's like that. And even Islam in Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded the father to provide for the mother, even to pay the mother when the mother is breastfeeding the child, so that to be very specific and special for the bringing of the child. So in separation in Islam, but the importance of upbringing the child is very important.
I want to, just before we continue, there's this issue that was on TV about children who are born out of wedlock. Can we talk about how these children are supposed to be raised? Now that I don't know if I got it right, but the parents are not very liable, especially the male. They're not liable to these children. Or maybe could you specify on what Islam provides?
Like I stated earlier, in Islam we are not allowed to divorce. We are not allowed our children out of wedlock, because in Islam we have strict regulation when it comes to inheritance. So when you want to inherit someone, you have to be married. Like a father, like a child want to inherit his father, the property and succession of this property or of estate. The one of the condition have to be the wife and the husband have to be married together. So when we have a child out of wedlock, in Islam is not allowed. The child is not allowed to be inherit his father. He or she will inherit his mother, the mother. They will inherit the father. But for instance, when it happens, what are you going to do? In Islam, we're required to give a third, like a will or like a charity, to that child. It's not inheritance is not allowed to be given, but like a father, you have to take care of that child.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the child is taken care of. It's
Taken
only
care
the inheritance is
Inheritance.
where we're having a problem.
we're having a
Okay.
problem.
Is that the same with Christianity?
In Christianity, it depends on the traditions as well.
Okay.
If I may speak of the Catholic tradition,
Yeah.
child is supposed to be born within the marriage covenant. What that means is that individuals enter into a covenant of marriage
Yeah.
and prepare the space to welcome the child into that space.
Okay.
So that is important. Having said that, in the contemporary world, given the situation that single motherhood is on the rise, not because of purely the mistake of women, we say the Catholic Church is mater et magistra. What does that mean? It is a teacher and a mother. As a teacher, it teaches the ideal. You are supposed to be like this. This is the ideal marriage. A child is supposed to be born within marriage. But as a mother, it embraces those who have made mistake.
Oh yeah.
And to care for the if there is a single parent and the child with equal opportunity.